Hey, good morning guys, it's Tony from Build with Amy, and today we are here to show you guys how we do the process of actually installing our skirting once you're looking at putting a laminate floor down or tile floor down. Now there's different ways of doing it. This is the way I do it, guys. So there's certain tools that I use my hammer, I use a very small jemmy bar, and then the other thing is I actually use is an old butter knife. And the other thing, which is the most important thing, is Stanley knife. Now you'll notice I'm going to score the top here nice and take the time. And the reason being, look, you've got a nice cut in here and it stops this paint being pulled away and any plaster, and then also across here. But what I will do is I'll also slowly but surely score up there just to stop anything. Same across, like that. Nice, just take your time, because it can drift the blade quite easily. You can suddenly pull it and then zoom off this way, because you have to put a bit of pressure behind what you're doing. Get myself to about there, and then I'll work myself the other way then. So the next process we're going to do is actually we're going to use the small little jemmy bar to actually prise the skirting off. Now the one key thing you've got to do is look how the skirting has been fixed on. So just have a look at this corner detail here, guys. You can see the skirting comes along here, comes over, so you know that has been scribed into this corner. So you wouldn't take this bit off first, you take this bit off first. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to go to this position here. Now look at that, that's coming off quite nice and easy. And the one thing I will do is just gem it off a little bit, and I'll work my way along nice and slowly, like that. Now you can actually see what that Stanley knife has done, can't you? It's just keeping it nice and clean here. Once I've now got it from this end here, I'll actually just pull it away. There you go. You can actually see the old grab adhesive that was used, and they've used these really long pins. You don't always have to use pins, because some of the grab adhesives out there are really good, and once they grab, that's it, they don't go anywhere. The only time I like to use really pins now is if I need to push it down a little bit, and then I'll tack a pin in just to hold it until it sets. But the grab adhesive that we use is absolutely brilliant. Don't really need pins. So let's get the rest of the skirting off, okay guys? So this is where the butter knife comes in really handy. So all we're going to do now is, you can see there's a little bit of excess caulk in here. So all I'll do is get the butter knife and just run it. Look at that. How easy is that? And that's actually quite therapeutic, that is, isn't it? Look at that. And then just check there's nothing left on here. Look, a little bit on there. Look, so get that off. It's like peeling an orange, isn't it? Look at that. So that's all the grab adhesive off the wall now, and all the caulking off there as well. That's it. So what we're going to do now, wait for the tile to come in. He can lay his tiles, get it grouted up. As soon as it's done, the client can give us a call. We'll be straight back and we'll fit the skirt in, and we're going to show you the process of how we do that as well, guys. Okay, see you in a bit. Hey guys, welcome back. So we've been away for a couple of days, and the tiler's been in, done an amazing job in this kitchen area where we're going to refit all of this skirting. Our next process is sticking that skirting back on. So one thing we've got to do is dress and prep the skirting, get it ready, but then we need the right tools to do that, don't we guys? So the first thing I need is a pair of snips. The reason I use these is because sometimes I want to clip really in tight to the skirting where the pin comes through if it doesn't pull out straight away. I'm going to try and lever these pins out, so that's come out really nicely. I'm going to stick that on the bench there. I'm going to pull this one out. There we go, that's pulled out nicely as well. They're pulling out really well. And then let's pull this one out. Get that one pulled out, that's great. Next one, that's pulled out beautifully. Now you're probably noticing I'm actually pulling them through the skirting, because it's really important. I don't want to ruin the nice decorative face that's just been done, okay guys? So always remember that, don't go tapping them through. I need to clean the adhesive off. Now there's the adhesive there, guys, and with the chisel, see how easy that comes off. So what I'm going to do now is I'll work my way along here. See how easy it comes off. There we go, look at that, nice and smooth and clean. Look at that. That's come off really well. You can actually, where there's no pins, you can actually use your chisel to take the extra raised bits of MDF off, can't you? So Let's have a look all the way along. Yeah, that feels good. Right, now the last thing, I've got this decorator's caulk that I need to neaten up as well. Look, don't want to actually leave that on, do I, guys? Because it all affects the finish for the decorator afterwards, doesn't it? The best thing I find with that is probably a Stanley knife as well as a chisel. So first thing I'm going to do is clean that decorator's caulk off there and just work my way along like that. So I'm really pleased now, guys. I've scraped all the silicone off the bottom. I've taken the decorator's caulk off the top. I've taken the pins, pulled them through. It's now ready to go back onto the kitchen wall. And then obviously I've just got to clean up one more piece of skirting, and then we can then get it all stuck back on again. The one thing I always do, see this little nib here, always take it off. And the one thing I like about these tubes, look, they've got a V in already, so I ain't gonna mess around thinking how much adhesive you're gonna put on. Just clip this off, turn that on. Now the skeleton gun, you can get any kind of skeleton gun on the shelf. They're only a few quid. Get it in, I can turn it around, and always then make sure this part of the V is on that downside. Push the lever in here, and that's it, it's ready to go. Now the one thing I will always do, I'll actually then dress this and push it through until I can actually see, there you go, that's now ready to go. Because I've got an idea of how much to put on, I'll put a B at a high level like this, and that's where that V comes in. Look, it just gives me enough adhesive, and I've done it like 20 mil down. Run it all the way along. Start again up here, it's just easier to run at the lower level. I'll make sure, as I run it on the lower level as well, I'm not down below the skirting line, because it will be pointless. There you go, so that's all I've done. And then that's now ready to stick on. Okay, and the one thing I can do now is I can actually use my hammer. Just tap it up, give it a gentle tap, not whack it because you don't need to. And that's it. Got two nice even beads on that. I'm gonna put this next piece on. So push that up. That's it. Beautiful. On to the next piece. Just check it's flush, but it is, it's lovely. So that's it, guys. So really pleased. The one thing I do love about taking the skirting off and re-putting it back on again, it just finishes everything so beautifully, doesn't it? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and see you next time. Take care.